Yo, what's going on, everybody? Collision Works here. Welcome to our first guide of college football 26. Today, gentlemen, we are going to be breaking down the UTEP playbook. Now, really what I'm focusing on in this playbook is 2x2. We're going to be talking about the normal Y off close and normal Y off weak. Listen, dude, I know this is popular, at least in Madden. I'm trying to win. I feel like this offense gives me the best chance at winning. Got a lot of good stuff in here. I was using Bowling Green, but I just felt like even though their normal Y off close was good, I felt like UTEP had more to offer, especially with the normal Y off weak to help it as well. Now, what's good about this offense is the fact that we also have a lot of good run plays here with the Y off weak. Some of my favorites here are going to be the escort QB blast and the speed option. We also have the escort curl combo, which is a passing play that we're going to be using quite often with this offense. So to start, I want to let you guys know these are my audibles, at least for now. I typically will come out in PA snag or mesh spot, or I'm sorry, not mesh spot, the curl one that we mentioned a moment ago. But these are subject to change, and you can also change them if you'd like. But for now, this is what I'm in. We also have flood post as well. So to begin, guys, I want to talk about the curl escort combo. This is kind of probably the main passing play I'm running out of normal Y off week. I'm sure there's some other stuff I'm calling time to time, but for the sake of this video, that's going to be the one true passing play out of this formation. Then we'll talk about Y off close as well. So what I'm using curl combo for is mid blitz here out of the double mug. So what I'm going to do here, let me close that and go ahead and bring these safeties down. I want to have them at least close. That way they can kind of mimic a online game. Now, we'll say, unfortunately, here in College Ultimate Team, I cannot add another controller to go ahead and apply like the mug from the user. So please be patient with me as we kind of discuss what these combos are going to be. But guys, against zero, what I like to do here is I like to go ahead and block my tight end once they go ahead and mug their user over the safety. Once they bring their user over the safety, which is going to be this safety here typically, we're going to go ahead and get on our lineman adjustments, which is going to be LB or L1. We're going to go ahead and press Y to untarget the defender, and we're going to go ahead and highlight their user once they start mugging the center. That way our line knows not to target him. Okay. Now, for the setup for this play, guys, all we're going to be doing here is putting X on a drag, going to put our running back on a wheel, and then we're going to go ahead and put our B on a post, and this is what we have here. So really what we're looking for here is a quick snap with the motion A receiver, where we can go ahead and snap the ball. Usually he doesn't get bumped, but easy yards underneath. I'll go ahead and show this again. We also have the drag here, which is really good on the backside, just because it kind of has that delay from this guy underneath, and then we can kind of go ahead and throw this 50-50 ball. And not the best accuracy there because we have an 80 overall QB, but what we're also going to have is the wheel as well. So go ahead and set this up one more time. Going to look for the wheel this time. Bias a little bit of time, go ahead and throw this up. As a terrible example here, but I'll go ahead and put some gameplay up on screen as well so you guys can see how this is going to function in game. I like to run this with the running back on the short side of the field. That way we just have more room for our motion flat to just have more field to run with. You guys see right here. Not the best example as in practice mode. They tend to hit the lineman a little more, but really easy, quick gain underneath, and just does a really good job at beating the man coverage. If you guys want to change this up, you guys can also put the X on a post. If they're starting to shade a certain way, you guys can do something like this, and then just, you know, keep the wheel in the backfield as well. I see we can go ahead and hit X this time over the top, and just an easy, you know, zero beater. And if you guys want, you guys can also block the running back here. If you want to run something like a mesh with the tight end, you can absolutely do that. If you guys want to do a post and then kind of an in route here with B, I know this is weird and glitchy, but something like this, don't mind that little stop route by the tight end, but just kind of a mesh here with a dig and a post. Just block that running back, make sure you guys are IDing correctly. You guys can hit underneath here. And it's just simple ways we can kind of mix up our route combinations while still you know, keeping the pressure at bay by either blocking our running back or our tight end. A lot of versatility here. If you guys even want, you can even do something like this where you have a corner route by the tight end, keep that drag, block that running back here. Like I said, making sure you're IDing and untargeting appropriately for this mid blitz is going to be a great, you know, asset for you. But really, the playbook is wide open here. Again, we have a miss by the quarterback. Apologies for that. But we can pretty much do anything out of this play, and I really like it. It's really good with the motion receiver. One thing I would like to go over, though, is when we're going and discussing zeros, with the QB blast, I'll actually go ahead and call a timeout here so you guys can see the art of this play. But with the QB blast and the shovel option, we're still going to have that motion receiver, which is going to be really good for just consistency throughout the formation. We're going to show that same look quite often. But for QB blast, we'll go ahead and show this against mid blitz as well. I'll also put in gameplay here just because I can't exactly put in a user here on this practice field. But all we're going to do, guys, is we don't want to hold on to the right trigger. We just want to kind of move our left stick and find the open lane. This isn't going to be a huge chunk play. I would assume you're probably going to be getting 3 to 4 yards at this play at a time, but really just kind of find the open lane. I will say sometimes when they're DB motions from the slot, you can always just kind of get to the outside here. And then, you know, like I said, I wouldn't hold on to the trigger. We got to remember that holding onto the trigger is going to decrease our run blocking. So if you guys just want to hold RB, hold onto the ball, get those easy yards, it's there for you. All right, guys, my team was fatigued, so I went ahead and just reset it. But for the speed option here against mid blitz, I'm gonna go ahead and bring these guys back down one more time. Just set these depths to close. Go ahead and hop in double mug, mid blitz. We're just gonna run this just like normal. I'm gonna go ahead and run this on the left hash just so we can kind of have that same look. But if they have that pitch key play on the outside, we're just gonna go ahead and hold it. Go ahead, take it up the gut on the kind of the seam area of the field and just take what the defense gives us. Really why we like these run plays is we're just going to have that same look, and you know, we got ourselves a few easy yards. It's CFB, you're not going to fumble often. It's kind of a fluke there, but obviously not much to say, but you're going to get a nice few easy yards. I'll try and throw in some gameplay of these plays as well from what we ran on day one. All right, guys, now for our coverage beaters, we're going to go ahead and start here with cover 4 drop. We'll talk about quarters later. For this play, guys, we're going to be using Y-sail, we're going to be using mesh spot, and we're going to be using PA snag. I'm going to start with our bomb play here. So we're going to go Y-sail with our running back facing the far side of the field. So I'm going to go ahead and start off here with cover 4 drop out of 2-3. All we're going to do, guys, if we want to try and have a quick snap play, we're just going to streak our tight end, put our running back on the corner, and we're set. What we're looking for here is B over the top. Now, I don't have the fastest player here right now. I just have the like 80 overall Jeremiah Smith. It's okay. Still going to get there. We're going to go ahead and snap the ball here. We're just going to try to step up, freeform this B to the right. Unfortunately, we have an inaccurate throw there, but we're going to basically try to get over that far side quarter of the field. So I like to try and put a drag here from the slot just so we have a little dump off option underneath like right there. But go ahead and freeform this to the right. Get over top of that quarter, get on the outside of that safety. I guess I can go ahead and try and put somebody with speed there just to kind of show it off a little more. Go ahead, cut to that real quick. Alrighty, so now what we've done is we went ahead and put the 83 overall Cam Coleman there. Gonna go back to the cover 4 drop, just gonna streak, drag, corner, snap the ball, get a little more speed here on the outside, freeform that to the right. Unfortunately, we get an inaccuracy, but still we have that option there for us. And just a nice option to have. You know, maybe you can hit it once or twice a game. Just a good play to have. Alrighty, guys, now our first setup out of Y-sail that's simply just for coverage beating. We're going to go ahead and put our X receiver on an out route, go ahead, post our tight end, and put our B receiver on a curl. Now, for this play, guys, what we're going to look at off the bat is if that slot DB with the fire over his head, if he wants to spring out to the sideline, depending on where the user's playing, our hitch could be an option there quick. If he wants to kind of stay in that seam with Y, we can hit our X right off the bat. Now, typically what I see is the user kind of playing the far side of the field in this type of look. So what we're going to look for is B. So we see X isn't an option there. Go ahead, wait, step up, hit B. And if they're playing purples, they're not playing a hard flat, we can always just simply hit our table right off the break. Get our easy, 3 yards. Take what he gives us. And then if they want to go ahead and play that hard flat, we'll have our B receiver. Really what the tight end's doing in this play is just kind of pulling those vertical hooks towards the middle of the field. That way we can easily get, good room for our B receiver to get open with that curl. Another way we can run this if we want is we can go ahead and put that X receiver on out again. We can put our Y receiver on a hot routed curl. Then we can go ahead and drag and Texas the tight end and running back and leave that fade on the short side of the field. So that way we just kind of have a nice quick underneath throw to the tight end. That curl is going to make that vertical hook go further downfield. And if they want to go ahead and user the tight end with this, we can go ahead and hit our running back on the Texas, and vice versa. If they want to play the running back, we'll hit the tight end. But you guys see right here, we get our easy chunk yards. And if they're using that 13 linebacker, we're going to have that for us. So again, this is just putting X on an out route, putting Y on a hot routed curl, and then dragging a Texas. And then we have a nice little, something underneath on pretty much every side of the field. And like I said, I mean, right there, a drag just gave us almost 20 yards. And if they're kind of, slow to the break on the outside, we can always just throw this out route here, Unfortunately, it's so hard to get accurate throws this early in the game, but just know it's there for you. Now, guys, another play we can run here against cover 4 drop, and I probably will talk a lot about cover 4 because I feel like it's what we're seeing a lot this early in the year. But guys, what we can do for this play is we can go back to that out route and curl combo. We can go ahead and pair this with a streak and keep that wheel, and we're going to have something deep down the sideline. You're going to want a lot of field to work with on this throw, but we basically have that same look as we did before, but we're taking that Texas route out of it and pairing that with a wheel, where if we go ahead and just have a little bit of time in the pocket, we can go ahead and throw this up the sideline and get ourselves easy yards. I'll make sure to put some gameplay on here because we were running this a lot yesterday during launch, and it's just a nice little way to add more vertical, just add more of a vertical threat to the offense, as a lot of the times I kind of throw underneath, run a very, short throw style of offense, and this is a great way to kind of mix it up and, add more depth to the offense. Or another way you guys can also run this is to put your tight end on a post and then go ahead and put your wide receiver on a return route. These return routes, you no longer need hot route master or anything. They just come stock to the player. So you guys can put him there, and this is what you're going to be looking for. What we have here is this return route paired with this post is going to allow us to get open down the field with the tight end, because that vertical hook is going to be going back underneath for the return route. Unfortunately, we throw yellow, but just so you guys can kind of see what we're looking for, I'll go ahead and run it again with the same wheel. Linebacker comes down, go ahead and throw this to the tight end, and that fade off that far side is pulling up both of those quarters. And we need to remember, we already have the safeties playing low. They're 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. So just know this isn't kind of a thing where, we're not manually bringing them down. So, and listen, if they have zone drops or something, you guys can always just hit this. If that linebacker is playing up, or if that's the user and he's going up with the post, you're going to have your return route. And just because, we have a lot more deeper running routes, we still have our running back in the backfield that we can throw. If, they're using everything else, we can throw this to the sideline here. So we just got to keep this in mind. And if you would rather have your tight end, or I'm sorry, your running back here on a table, something like that, by all means, you can still do that with this setup. You guys can run something like this if you want, where you kind of snap, throw it off the bat, try and, get a, broken tackle or something like that. Really just depends on what, adjustments the opponent's making. But I'll go and show this off one more time with the tight end, just because I had a few bad throws with the QB. But once we see that linebacker comes down, go ahead and throw this over the top, as he just got jammed like crazy. Like so. See, he comes down, throw this to the tight end. Just easy yards, man. Really easy against that cover 4. The fade does a good job getting those quarters upfield. Now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring the ball here to the left hash. One very common play that you guys probably know, but I just want to throw it in here for a quick snap play, is just to run Y sail with the slot receiver on a drag. Really what we have here is the running back underneath. We have time. We can go ahead and let that table route pull that purple to let the drag get open underneath here in the right side seam. We can pretty much throw this all day long. Go ahead, hit the tight end here on the corner. Unfortunately, got bumped, missed the throw, but just a really good quick snap play. If they want to user the corner route and then allows the middle to get open, like we kind of saw there, that wasn't supposed to get that open. It's a great play for you against a guy who's, maybe running dollar, really running anything. He's trying to adjust quickly, get the ball off fast, and then, just freeform these corners down if you're going to throw them. If you have any luck. I mean, this kid is so ass. But what's nice is, if they try to take zones away because they're expecting our bomb play here, if we just want to go back to Y sail stock, excuse me, it's going to be nice to have that corner by the tight end here. Alrighty guys, another setup with PA snag against cover 4, cover 3. It's going to be here with the running back on the short side. What we're going to do here is go drag our tight end again, put our running back on a table route, go ahead and streak Y. We're going to put our X receiver on an out route and stem him up twice. That's going to be Y, X, hold LB, and then up on the D-pad twice. Unfortunately, they're not speed outs anymore, but still really good concept beaters here against cover 4. Go ahead, snap the ball here. Hit our tight end underneath. If they want to play underneath, we'll have our out route. And honestly, with how baseline is currently working, with there really none being, unless you kind of glitch out your defense to obtain baseline, you'll be able to hit this out route either way, as long as it's stemmed up twice. So here you go. I'll go ahead and force the out route this time. Throw this out here. You just need 1 foot in bounds in this game, so kind of guaranteed that one. And I mean, depending on how they're using, you guys are also going to have B here. So if they want to kind of put that right side linebacker who has the mic icon over his head, if they want to kind of put him out of position, you're going to have this guy open for you as well. Your table routes there underneath as well. If they're not playing hard flat, they're just playing a purple, you're going to have these options waiting for you. So there's another play for PA snag. That's going to work against cover 3, cover 4, and I mean, honestly, cover 2 as well. If you have that out route stemmed up, you're going to have that high-low with the tight end. If they're not playing that, you can go ahead and hit the tight end, underneath, or the out route, as long as you have it stemmed up and that guy's on a hard flat. So you'll have that streak pulling the half for you. So yeah, let's move on. Alrighty guys, now if you're going up against cover 4 quarters, what we're going to run here is PA snag. And then we're going to go ahead and go against quarters. If I can find it, here we go, cover 4 quarters. Now guys, for this setup, all we're going to be doing here, putting our tight end on a corner route, streaking B, dragging the wide receiver, and putting your running back on a Texas. This is what your play art's going to look like, boys. Everybody is going to have 1 DB on them, but you're going to be able to cook. It's CFB. One-on-one balls are always going to be caught by the offense in this game. Go ahead, snap the ball here. Let that outside corner break on the tight end, freeform it out. We have the inside. That's the first time I think all year I've seen somebody break up a one-on-one ball. But I can go through this again, let you guys see it. We're going to freeform out over that purple, get the tight end open. We're also later in the play going to have our X receiver on the backside post be one-on-one. Go ahead, hit this X once he becomes one-on-one down the middle of the field. Right here, kind of freeform it down, or not even freeform. You just got to pass lead down, so that way the DB really doesn't have a chance at getting the ball there. Snap this. And sometimes you guys can even get right here, freeform it out. We're just looking for that one-on-one. You guys know more often than not, you're going to come down with it. You got to take those 50-50 balls this year and just take what they give you. Try and hit our Texas route here. Wait for that to develop. Freeform that to the left. Golden. So yeah, boys, it's a good play. And then, I mean, once we get better QBs and you'll kind of be able to roll out here and go ahead and throw this corner kind of low and down to the outside. It's a nice play. Nice little thing to mix in against quarters. So just wanted to show this to you guys as well. All right, guys, now for cover 2 and Tampa 2, we're going to go ahead and run the motion fake screen wheel. We're going to go ahead and run this to the short side of the field. I'm going to do this against like a 4-down set so you guys can see how Tampa 2 and cover 2 plays. I'll do nickel 2 trap to begin. I'll show you guys what the kind of deep throw is going to look like. All we're going to do, fellas, is we're going to leave that wheel by Y. Going to go ahead and put X on a post, drag the tight end, go ahead and put our B receiver on a streak, and Texas the running back. So that way what we have here is 2 good underneath options. We can go ahead and throw to the tight end. We can throw to the running back. If they're really sending pressure and we can't get it. But if they want to leave that, that middle, deep middle exposed, we can go ahead and hit that as well, deeper in the play. Snap the ball, have time, go throw this deep post. Then, of course, if they are running a hard flat, I can't show you guys that now, unfortunately. But if they want to run that hard flat and play that drag underneath, we can always just go ahead and throw this wheel. Obviously, there he's covered because it is matching to that wheel. But if they decide to go hard flat and cover the drag, we can go ahead and hit that post in that area of the field as well. The Tampa 2 here. So you guys can see where that middle is probably going to get matched onto, but you're still going to have your underneath. So it's still really good to run right here. Throw the tight end right off the bat. You know, you got to take those. If somebody isn't putting out a zone out there or a man coverage assignment to help that out, you have to hit your drag. But try and look to X here. You guys see he does get matched on, so it's not going to be an option. But in that situation, you know, if they want to user the tight end on the drag, we go ahead and hit our Texas route. And if you guys don't like Texas routes, you can also just do a streak and mix that in there so it kind of stays in the seam. This is going to be really good if his user is putting all of his responsibility on the running back. Streak is going to do you really well here, where you can kind of just throw right here in this pocket and then get up the right side of the field. So just keep this in mind, boys. You know, just kind of got to take what they give us and really learn how we can beat their user. But as for Tampa 2, you know, your outside options probably aren't going to be there unless they're playing some type of hard flat where you can hit your wheel. But unfortunately, I can't replicate that currently. So, you know, I just got to tell you guys what you can hit based off what they're running. Alrighty, guys. Now, I know I talked a lot about cover 4 and 0. I will say, listen, anything that beats cover 4 is pretty much going to beat cover 3 in this video game. Flood H post can also be good to mix in against man coverage. Man coverage, though, based off what we already talked about, if they want to throw in zones, there's only so much I can tell you guys. So just, you know, try to find your opponent's tendencies, work around it, you know, change any type of depth of how they're running routes or anything like that to counter it. There's only so much I can display here, but for this offense, it's really just important that you come out in normal Y off. Make sure you guys are using these motions. You guys can always audible to the Y off close. This is what you guys are going to see me doing a lot. All right, guys, and I think I'm going to call it here. Obviously, there's a lot more left in this formation, and honestly, both of these formations. But I just want to give you guys what I wrote down that I knew worked based off the day we played, and even what I played some today. Didn't want to force anything out there that I knew wasn't going to be kind of verified by me. So I think we're going to call it here. I know it's kind of a smaller guide, but we'll definitely be introducing more of this throughout the next coming days. So if you guys need anything, hit me up in the comments or over on the Discord. Be happy to help. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, found this beneficial. See you guys in the next one. Peace. Alrighty, boys, wanted to show you guys the baseline glitch for CFB. What we're going to be doing here, guys, is we're going to be putting our auto flip off. Defensive motion response is going to be disabled. That's all we need to do. Now, what we can do here is if we want to come out in 6-1, we want to come out in 2-3 odd. All we're going to do here, I'll do cover 4 quarters out of 6-1. And I'll come out in something like bunch. All we're going to do for this, guys, I'm going to go ahead, just do clear out. We're just going to go ahead and flip our defense. Now, what you guys are going to see is once we flip, they're going to get into an aligned state. During that time, we're going to want to go ahead and click on the guys who we really want to stay in that baseline set and just kind of tap them. Sometimes when your opponent is going to put a guy on a hot route or motion, they'll kind of go back into their non-baseline state. So what we're going to do in game is we're going to go ahead and flip it, click, tap, and then we can go ahead and get our 6-1 in that more baseline look. So just wanted to get this out there for you guys. Obviously, we're not setting up anything. Just want to show you guys how it functions. I'll go ahead and show it as well in 2-3. You guys have probably seen me do this on stream where we're running DB fire and we can have that baseline look with it. So we can go ahead 2-3 odd. I'm also in the Miami playbook if you guys are curious. We're going to go ahead and do DB fire. We'll go ahead and do it up against, we'll stay in bunch, that's fine. But all we're going to do is flip the play, and you guys will see here, this corner here, I accidentally moved him, but we're going to flip it and he's going to go ahead and go out. I'm going to let this play burn real quick so I can show you what we're referring to. But once we flip the play, that corner is going to go on the outside. And like I said, you may need to go ahead and tap him. So now we can go ahead, flip, and then press. And then we just kind of click on for a second, you know, if they want to fall back into place, and we're going to have that baseline look. So just so you guys know, this is how we can kind of force a baseline. It's kind of annoying. It may not be an option every single time just because, you know, quick snapping can be good against it. But we have that there for us, and, you know, we can send certain pressures with this in mind. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this tip. It's kind of something I want to introduce to the channel for the members. And, you know, with this in mind, when I talk about the memberships for the channel, these tips will probably be sprinkled in the videos. I don't like hiding stuff behind a paywall, but this stuff really does help a lot more than you guys could think. So I just wanted to have a place where all of the members can have all of the tips in one separate category here on the YouTube channel. It means the world, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this first tip as a strong start for the season.